Here's how I was able to help one of my clients add over $270,000 in revenue in just 8 months using cold email. This is including even how I helped them land a publicly listed company on the stock market. So in this video, I'll go over my exact 3-step framework for client service delivery as a lead generation agency and how I was able to do this for my clients so that you can do the same for your own clients. Let's go ahead and just hop right into it. So step number 1 is to onboard them and do correct research. You see, when you first start working with the client, you have to ask them the right questions on the onboarding call itself, right? So what I mean by this is ask them questions about their offer. Ask them questions about who's your ideal prospect. What are some common pain points that your ideal prospect faces before working with you? How long does it take for them to get results when they're working with you? What main benefits does your ideal prospect get by working with you? Now on benefits, there's really 3 main things that they'll probably get. Either they'll increase in money, they'll save money, or they'll save time. These 3 are the biggest benefits that you can put in any offer. Then after you ask all of that, you want to ask, okay, can I see some of your best case studies? And on the case studies, ask them, okay, what industry was this client in? What results did they get by working with you? And in how long? And also, when I say results on the case study, it can't be anything simple like, oh, we helped them redesign their website, blah, blah, blah. No, you want direct benefits. What direct benefit did that prospect get by working with their client? Did they get an increase in revenue? Did they get increase in leads? Did they save money? Did they save time? You want direct results and direct benefits that the prospect got by working with your client. So ask them, okay, I mean, you probably generated them a good amount of leads or by redesigning their website, but what is the main thing that they got? I don't care if the site traffic is 20% faster. What is the main benefit that your client got? Are you able to track that? If not, ask your client to actually ask the prospect that they worked with to see what are some of the main benefits that they got by working with them. Now, on the topic of case studies itself, I learned this from Cold Email Wizard, but essentially he says, as an agency owner, doesn't matter if you're a lead generation or a marketing agency, SMMA, whatever you want to call it, but as an agency owner, the prices that you're able to charge are in direct proportion to your case studies. And the example he gives is, so let's say if you're at a casino and you're at the slot machine, you'll pay more per spin if the jackpot is higher. So what I mean by this is, if the jackpot is 1 million versus 10 million, you're obviously going to pay more per spin on the 10 million one. Why? Because the jackpot is the perceived result that you might get. Just like how in a case study that shows the revenue that you made someone is the perceived result that a client expects by working with you, right? So for your clients, again, very, very, very important that they structure the case studies right, that it shows the direct benefits that someone gets, because that's the perceived result that someone gets by working with their client. So if you have very good perceived results on your case studies itself, you can charge higher prices because it's a perceived result. And from there, you can book more meetings and have more opportunities to close people, because again, it is perceived result. People want to hop on the call because they'll think that they can get similar results. Now, step number 2 is to create an offer around your client's value proposition. So now after you've asked them all of these questions on the onboarding call itself, you want to take a look at 3 things. The first 2 being what service they provide and who their target market is. Now, if your client really doesn't have a clear target market or ideal client profile, what you can do is go after similar prospects who they've gotten results for. So let's say your client has gotten really good results for realtors. You can easily go after more realtors because they already have a case study that you can leverage. So again, if your client does not have a clear target market or ideal client profile, just go after prospects who they've gotten good results for. It's quite simple, really. I can tell you this, for me personally, when I first started working with my client that I mentioned above, they did not have a clear target market or ideal client profile. So what I did was just go after people or similar prospects to the ones that in their case studies, and I was able to leverage those case studies to help them get more clients. What you want to do is take a look at their service and market and see, okay, what are direct benefits that their target market will get by working with them. So let's say your clients wants to go after gym owners in California and they want to sell them Facebook ads. Probably the most saturated offer to one of the most saturated niches of all time, but stick with me on this example. So right off the bat, some few benefits that I can just name are increase in revenue, increase in sales, and increase in leads. These three are probably three good benefits that the prospect will get by working with their clients. Now, what I like to do is to leverage the case studies that my client has. So for example, if my client has a case study where they increased the gym's revenue by 32% in, let's say, 3 months, and in the first month they got them 25 new sales using their ads, what you can do is say something in your outreach messages like, hey, we help gym owners increase their revenue by 25% in 3 months. We recently helped this other gym do 32% in 3 months. And we guarantee you add an additional 15 new customers in the first month, or you don't pay. Now that's just a offer that I thought of right off the bat. But notice how I was able to leverage the revenue amount that they helped the other guy get, as well as how many new sales in the other case study itself to the main email outreach that you're sending out to. So kind of just to recap, the case study is they got 32% increase in revenue in 3 months and 25 new sales in 1 month. Outreach messages that you're sending out to is 25% increase in revenue in 3 months and 15 new leads in the first month. Because you're able to leverage the case study, it makes the outreach message so much better because you've already shown previous results. And again, it goes back to the casino thing, that your perceived results are really high because you've already done it for somebody similar in the industry itself. Now, remember when you asked your client what was a big pain point that their customer faced? You want to now use that in the offer. So let's say for gyms, a big pain point that they face with Facebook ads is they don't want to increase their cost per click, right? Meaning the gym doesn't want to keep pumping in money on the ads just to get new clicks on their website. That is a pain point that you can use in your offer. To kind of summarize here, and I'll make a full offer creation video in the future, but to summarize, take a look at their target market and take a look at what service they offer and what results and benefits that their target market will get by working with their client. And take a look at the pain points that your client told you that their target market faces. Then also leverage the case studies that your client has, and I promise you, you can write a very, very fire cold email and come up with an incredible offer for your client. Now, step 2.5 is to go the extra mile. Now, if you do the things that I mentioned in the previous step, you should be good overall. But if you do the two things that I'm going to mention in this step, I guarantee you will get fantastic results for your client. So the first thing that you can do is to join communities that your client's target market resides in. So for example, if it is the gym owners, what you can do is join Facebook group for the gym owners, or join a subreddit of the gym owners, or join a forum of the gym owners. You just want to go wherever your target market is and join groups and communities of that target market. Then once you're inside the group itself, you can get direct market feedback just by speaking to your target market. Now, the reason you want to do this is in your outreach messages and in all marketing itself, you want to make yourself sound relatable to whoever you're targeting. Nowadays, with everybody automating cold email, everything's automated. Nobody actually takes the time to write the messages, right? So what you want to do is make yourself sound relatable so that when the prospect opens the email, they'll be like, oh, finally, this guy understands the pains that I'm going through. This guy sounds relatable. Let me respond to this guy because he understands me. So essentially, join a group, and what you can do once you're in the group is ask the people questions, right? So for example, if I am selling Facebook ads to gym owners, I can just hit up a gym owner inside the group and be like, hey, gym owner, I'm actually about to start a Facebook ads agency, and I don't want to pitch you anything, but I just wanted to ask you, have you tried Facebook ads in the past before? What went good? What went bad? And why did you decide to buy the Facebook ads in the past? Why did you decide to try it? What made you want to buy, right? And what went bad to make you say, no, I don't want to do this anymore? By doing this, you will get direct market feedback. And another trick is use the exact same words that the gym owner uses. Again, you want to make yourself sound relatable. So what you want to do is use the exact same syntax, same words that the gym owner says when you're speaking with them in your emails itself, so that you sound relatable. So let's say that you're speaking to a gym owner, for example, and he says, yeah, I get a lot of outreach messages in the past, or a lot of people try to pitch me Facebook ads in the past, but our cost per click, it doesn't, like, a lot of people think that matters to gym owners, but it doesn't really matter. I think what matters to me more is our cost per acquisition. How many dollars do I have to put in just to acquire a new client? That is a headache itself, because I just don't want to spend too much money to acquire a new client. So our CPA, cost per acquisition, is just too high. And if he tells you something like that, you can use that in the email itself. You can literally say, hey, we'll help you get whatever X revenue without increasing your cost per acquisition. And again, once you send out these outreach messages, you'll sound more relatable, and I guarantee you'll book more meetings and sign more clients. Quite simple, right? Quite simple. The second thing that you can do is watch your client's sales call. So once you start booking your client meetings, what you can do is just watch your client's sales calls. Just ask them, hey, I wanted to get more feedback on the emails. Is it cool if you just, send me your sales calls of people that you closed and did not close, so that I can just understand what type of people actually buy and what type of people actually don't buy. So once your client actually gives you access to the sales calls, what you want to look out for is primarily, if your client has a decent enough sales process, they'll probably ask them, yeah, so what made you want to hop on a call with me here today? Or what pain points are you facing when it comes to like Facebook ads or getting new leads overall? And again, the prospect will literally spell it out for you and give you the same information. So if it's cost per acquisition, again, they'll say it out for you. So when your client asks them, yeah, so what made you try Facebook ads in the past? What did not work out? Yeah, well, our cost per acquisition was too high and we just weren't able to get any results. And just like that, again, you get direct market feedback. You're literally speaking to somebody and you can get direct market feedback from just watching your client's sales call. And that is killer. So again, speak to the market you're trying to target, figure out what pain points or what things that they've tried in the past, and put that in your email itself. So when the prospect opens it up, they're like, okay, this guy sounds relatable. Finally, like, I get pitched Facebook ads so many times, but they're always about never cost per acquisition. I don't give a fuck about Facebook ads copy or cost per click. I just care about cost per acquisition. This guy finally gets me. So again, just watch your client's sales calls and join Facebook groups and communities that you want to target, and essentially ask them questions about your offer itself and use those questions in your copy. A simple formula that I learned from Alex Hermosi when he come up with the offer is, we help industry to offer end result in time frame without the common pain point in the industry, using mechanism. That is a super easy way to create an offer, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is step 2.5. Now, step number 3 is to test and iterate your messages, right? So the last step is quite simple. It's literally just test and iterate. So a cold email, it's very, very, very rare for the first campaign that you launch for you to have a home run. Like right off the bat, that's super rare to get something like that, right? You have to go through iterations and testing. So what I recommend is that you try 500 emails per angles that you have. So let's say you have different angles of increase in revenue or increase in sales or increase in leads. Try 500 different emails for each angle and just go with whatever works best. If none of them works best, which could happen, it is common for that to happen. If none of them works best, Try a different angle, or switch up the call to action, or switch up the guarantee. Keep testing and keep iterating. For context, when I first started working with my client that I mentioned earlier, it was honestly very hard for me to get them results because I had no idea on how to structure their offer and who to target. And this was honestly a bit discouraging at first. I started feeling doubt and fear of, oh, can I actually do this? Like, can I actually make this happen? Is this actually possible to do this? But I kept trying, kept iterating, and eventually I was able to land them a good amount of clients, and they were able to go on a run, closing many, many, many new clients that I got them. So to summarize, bro, just keep testing, just keep iterating, and I guarantee you will be fine. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that was my 3-step framework for getting results for your clients. So if you found that valuable, press subscribe. And if you are a marketing agency or advertising agency owner or founder and you want to work with me personally, and you are making over $30,000 a month in revenue, press that button below to book a call with me, and we'll see if we're actually a good fit to work together. With that being said, hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time.